back to my channel. I go by the 12th House Herald, and this is your 12th House tea. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to book a private consultation with me, go ahead and visit 12thhouseherald.com to book a consultation with me today, and I look forward to working with you. So this video is going to be a pick-a-pile tarot card reading. It is going to be messages from the universe or from spirit that are important for you to reflect upon right now, or some themes for you to focus on in your life. These messages are timeless. So what does that mean? Well, the symbols and the messages of the tarot are universal stages, experiences, events, energies that we all can experience in our life at different points or in different variations. So there may be a message here for you at any point that is able to resonate with you, and you're able to really reflect on and kind of build on that and progress you somewhere on your spiritual path. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let you see the cards. Okay, so here are our 4 piles of cards. We have the yellow thread, the red thread, the blue thread, and the green thread. If you're not able to see the colors, I'm going to go in order from the green, blue, red, and yellow. So if you're reading from right to left, it will be pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and pause the video here and take as long as you need to focus on each pile and see which thread perhaps gives you a fuzzy feeling, maybe calls to you, or just gives you something that piques your interest. And then go ahead and skip to the part of the video. I will have the tags down below in the description. You can jump to your pile and receive your message. Okay, pile number 1, or the green pile. We're going to go ahead and see what your cards are. So we have the 4 of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. And we have Temperance. I don't know how well you can see that. There we go. Alright, pile number 1, or green pile. So I'm focusing heavily in first on the Wheel of Fortune. And my character here, as you can see on the artwork, is sitting on top of the wheel. But they look kind of exhausted, more so than I think they look relaxed, in my opinion. And your wheel here is in reverse. So just been a lot of very weird or stressful or sudden turns of events that have just been a series of misfortunes. What would it be fair to call a streak of terrible luck, or just a very hard adjustment period that you're going through right now. And the 7 of Cups tells me in reverse here that you are all but like squashed of your creative energy. The 7 of Cups upright denotes, daydreams and abundance of opportunity, like imagining all those wonderful possibilities of what could be with situations. But your card here is in reverse, so you're definitely feeling this very, very dry spell as far as any type of maybe spark or creativity or really joy right now in your life, just dealing with these situations. And the 10 of Pentacles is a card that makes me think of a legacy family jovial celebrations with our families. And this is in reverse here, so I think this is a reminder to you that the Wheel of Fortune, is as generic as it may sound, it is a wheel. It is always turning. So, all things good and bad must come to an end. And you don't want to isolate yourself. I feel like you're isolating yourself as well. So you may not be, interacting with friends and family or, anybody as much as you normally do. Perhaps you're just not feeling it. You don't want to answer the phone when people call. You're just drained. So let yourself know, remind yourself, hey, I still need to stay connected with those people I love, because this is just a lesson that I learned myself today. With everything that has gone on with the pandemic, just being afraid of not only infection, but just, relearning to be out in public again and being able to trust people again after, what we've all gone through as a collective. I just remembered today, it felt so good to be in the presence of others. I am a heavy 12th houser. That's where the name comes from. So being alone is very natural to me. I could go very long periods of time without leaving the house. So, being around people today really reminded me, wow, I really do miss this. I need to, when it's safe and when it's appropriate, kind of remind myself I need to let connections in with other people. I can't totally isolate myself and cut myself off, no matter what my circumstances are. Self-reflection is always important, but Four of Cups here is telling me that, not to be too blunt, but perhaps it's time to move on or get over the situation a little bit here. Excuse me. This one's making me thirsty, okay? You gotta kind of move on a little bit here. You've been really harping on some things, not that you don't have a right to be upset, but the universe is saying, okay, come on, we got Six of Wands in reverse here. I know you're feeling like every time you get, a couple steps ahead, it's 5 steps forward and 10 steps back. But there's some things that you have to stop ruminating on over and over and over again. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. Now, Six of Pentacles can be about charity or sharing, but in reverse, it's telling me the opposite of that, right? So I don't think you're very much into sharing your stresses or burdens with others, perhaps. That may not kind of be your cup of tea, so to speak. However, Four of Cups here, look at our friend. They are staring at these 3 cups, and they're not accepting this new cup here. So, the thing that they're staring at, looking in these cups here, the thing they're looking for could be in this 4th cup, but they'll never know because they're not taking the time to accept that gift of that extra cup. So, time to move forward a little bit, time to let people in, time to share your burden, whether it's verbally, just reaching out, talking with people, reconnecting, whether it's over the phone or in person if it is safe for you. And of course, temperance. Temperance is all about balance, okay? As above, so below. The universe is seeing and is aware of the hardships that are going on and why your wheel is turned upside down right now, okay? Unfortunately, I wish it were not true, but there are events that happen in our life that are sometimes have a reason. Sometimes I wouldn't say they always do. But most of the time, there is a reason, and we may not always know what it is, to be honest. Every action has an equal reaction in this universe and goes way beyond just us. But that's a conversation for another day. So the idea here is to Temperance is the ultimate balance, walk the middle path. And if you have to fake it till you make it a little bit, as far as like telling yourself every day, like, okay, today I'm going to set an intention, like, I'm going to say like one less negative thing today. Or if I like say or do something negative today, I'm going to do this to kind of negate that or work through that or reflect on why I'm feeling or doing that thing. Because obviously, as I said, the wheel is always turning. It's going to eventually move. All things good and bad must come to an end. Things are not going to be this way forever. So whenever you do come out on the other end of this difficult period of your life, do you want to be surrounded by those you love celebrating your success? Okay, well, your support system here, they're feasting with you. All right? Or do you want to be lonely, still staring at these 3 cups, not even able to accept a 4th cup, let alone an entire feast to share with those that you love? Alright, so here we go. Pile 2 or pile blue. Let's go ahead and see what your cards are. So your first card here for your pile is the Ace of Swords. So swords, we think of air energy, we think communication because of it being that air energy. It's our thoughts, it's how we connect to one another, our ideologies in this world. So the aces are the ideas, I like to think, born in heaven. They're the essence of energy shifts in our world before we're even aware of them. Because every one of us and all our events and all our lives, whether we know it or not, are intricately intertwined on a very deep level. So there's things going on right now that are causing events to happen, that are causing other events to happen, that eventually you're going to find out what's going on. These things are going to directly have, the effect on you, or you're going to see it. But yes, just so you know, as we get started, a shift coming that you are not yet aware of. What is this shift about? Hopefully this can help us. Okay. So we have the 10 of Cups. So this is a very favorable card. I mean, even me, who is just a Debbie Downer with 90% of the cards, I can't deny that this is just a combination that says good news and celebration. 10 of Cups could be news of an engagement in the family. It could be a wedding, a marriage, just a really happy celebratory time. So yeah, perhaps we are having, news, like I said, of an engagement, something coming soon that's very exciting, celebrating with family, just that very ethereal feeling that we have whenever we're connected with people that we truly love, whether it's our family that we're born with or our family that we choose. That essence of being with people that really just light our neurons on fire. We love them so much. Yeah, so just something with that coming. So we have Knight of Cups here. Sorry, it's upright. So we have Knight of Cups, and I'm interested to see what the next card is. Ooh, so this, sorry about P. Get out of here. Stop it. Anyways, so we have the Sun and we have the Knight of Cups. So the Sun makes me think of, children or childlike wonder. And with all these other cards, this makes me wonder if perhaps the good news is a baby in the family, or just a new addition period, whether it be through adoption or, again, it could be a marriage, but the Sun, again, does make me think of perhaps children. And I don't want to ever make predictions about pregnancies or health-related type things. So I'm not going to ever do that. But again, this could be a news of a baby in the family or somebody you know, or again, you're celebrating the joy of somebody you know. Perhaps it could be even your inner child. You're getting to do something that really makes you feel as if you're connected to your inner child, and that could be where the Sun and the Ten of Cups is coming in. It could be a celebration where you get to tap into your inner child and just really, really, really feel at one with yourself. We have the Eight of Swords here last, so this is interesting. Eight of Swords is about, you can see this person's kind of, it appears to be imprisoned by the swords and blindfold. However, if they took the blindfold off, they would see the swords are just split here, and they could actually walk through quite easily. So this may be a card just to forewarn you. Perhaps whenever you first get the news, you might be a little bit surprised, or perhaps you don't get it in the best way possible. So, don't jump to conclusions or make judgments right away that kind of cloud your ability to celebrate and be happy, because I really do think that, this Ten of Cups here, there is a momentous occasion coming, whether it's a big party, a celebration. I know it's difficult right now, whether some people want to believe it or not, we are still in a pandemic. So it may not be like even a physical get together, but there is some shift happening now. You may be getting wind soon of a big celebration coming in your family or your friend circle. So that is something to look forward to and be aware of. I feel like that's not enough cards, so I wanted to go ahead and pull some more for the blue pile. Oh my god, did you see this? Ace of Swords again. I'm not even editing this, so you can see this again. I'm telling you. Apparently, even though I'm trying to give y'all more messages here, you don't need more messages, alright? This is quality over quantity here, okay? Something is going on in your world. There is some news, something brewing that you're not aware of yet that is coming, okay? Has to do with good news, a celebration. Knight of Pentacles. I don't know what to say about that yet. I'm just going to keep going. Remember, whenever you're reading, pro tip as well, for anybody out there who reads for themselves or even others, if you ever get stumped on a card, don't let yourself get stuck on it, alright? That's the number one way to get your intuition stuck. Keep going. Let the energy keep flowing. I mean, there is just like, you have a lot of, you got the Queen, you got the Knight, so a lot of characters here, and not necessarily like the actual character cards. They don't have to be actual people in your life, but I often do find that whenever I do pull these cards, they're usually reflective of some actual person that is in the current's life. So some things to look out for as well with you. That good news, definitely good news coming in, celebration with the family. But then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which we have this figure who is riding what looks like an elk, holding their pentacle forward, and they're getting ready to go forward, and they want to plant these pentacles, hopefully in the aspiration that more are going to proliferate. So they are going to go and start to plant those seeds that they want to sow, eventually reap and sow. However, there's a Queen of Wands energy coming in here, so just be on the lookout for challenges with perhaps in the financial realm or in the earthly realm. Remember, pentacles are possessions that we have, or earthly events. Queen of Wands can be somebody who may come to you as a wolf in sheep's clothing. So perhaps, just be careful whenever you are doing any financial planning in the next few weeks. Just be careful, read all the fine print. Don't let anybody take advantage of you. Cross all your T's and dot all your I's. Is that how you do the saying? I think that is it. Okay, pile 3, your red pile. We're going to go ahead and see what your cards are here. We have the Devil. We have the Hierophant. We have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Hanged Man, which in the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum is called the Tethered One. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So right off the bat, what I'm hearing with this intuitively is you obviously need to work on changing your perspective, right? That's what the Hanged Man is all about, or the Tethered One in this deck. It seems as though this person is asleep, not doing anything. However, we can imagine this is perhaps their astral self in another realm doing their dream work, right? So they're doing important work. So even though it looks like they're not really doing anything, they're getting a fresh perspective in the dream world that can help them in their waking life. And that is all about, that's what your pile is all about right here, is getting a fresh perspective. Getting a fresh perspective on what, you may ask? Well, the Seven of Cups is all about having an abundance of options, and that could be a good thing in terms of, love or creative endeavors. However, we do have it presenting in the reverse position here, which can mean too much of a good thing isn't necessarily a good thing. We want to look to the Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant is about structure. It's about going to what we know. You may be caught up in thinking that you have to be constantly innovating something, or you have to constantly be trying something new, in order to be experiencing life totally to the fullest. There may even be, got the Lovers in reverse here. This can be a card about romance and connections with others, or it can be the love for yourself and the balance of your inner and outer world. But it is in the reverse position here. So I'm questioning if perhaps with the Lovers in reverse here, this can be romantic connections, or it could be the love you have for yourself in your inner and outer world and balance. However, it is in the reverse position. I think in this context here for this pile, however, this is the relationships that you have to other people. So you may push people away, or perhaps you reject romantic endeavors, connections in the past or in the present, because you feel like, well, maybe there's something like better out there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you genuinely really like somebody, you may have like this fear, like, what if there's someone else out there I like better, I have more fun with? Or even within like friends groups or peers, you may have like FOMO, fear of missing out. You might be one of those people that's like, oh my goodness, like, I'm not doing enough, which obviously our perspective on that has changed a little bit with the pandemic. However, there is still instances where we can feel, because other people may be doing things we're missing out on, or actually the pandemic may even exacerbate this feeling. Like, oh my gosh, I've missed out on so much in like the last couple years. You may be feeling like this pressure to like do a whole bunch of different things, or get a bunch of things done, or like you want to do like something crazy like speed dating. I don't know what it is. But, and I'm not saying that those things aren't okay. You're absolutely allowed to date. You're allowed to try new things. You're allowed to, whatever it is you want to do. However, you just might need to remind yourself every once in a while, it's okay to slow down. Okay? You don't have to be going at light speed all the freaking time, um, to be progressing through your life in a way that is satisfying. And of course, with the pandemic, it has again exacerbated this issue, and really it has robbed all of us of time in some way, shape, or form, whether it took someone from you that you loved, or lost time with them because of them having to work so much. Maybe they're a healthcare worker, they're on the front lines and you're worried about them all the time. So there just may be this like urge within you to really get things done faster than you are, or you might not feel like your progress in your personal or professional goals are they good enough. Am where I'm supposed to be? And the Six of Pentacles can be about charity or giving, but this is telling me right here to remember that we're all experiencing this perhaps collectively. This is a burden that everybody may be feeling, not just you. Okay? Perhaps consider that perspective. Remember, we're trying to change our perspective with the Hanged Man. So it may really behoove you, it may benefit you to really just sit down and listen to, I hate to say listen to logic, but sometimes our thoughts can really get away with us, and that's where I think the devil's coming in. Is not only are you trapping yourself by having these constant repeating thoughts that you're missing out on things, or that there's something else supposed to be going on for you in your life, but it's just those ties that bind us down, and those things that we those mental prisons we put ourselves in, and we trap ourselves. That's the devil card sometimes, and that's how it's playing out here. And it's manifesting in missed opportunity, because when there's too much going on, how do you know what's good for you? How do you know what you really enjoy if you can't even take enough time to sit and really digest things, because you feel this frantic pressure to, learn more or do more or be more or see more, whatever it may be. Remember, that this is something that we're all collectively going through in some way, shape, or form. And it may benefit you to talk to other people who are also feeling this way. And remember that it's okay to slow down. Like in the meantime, until you get to that place, just take a moment to breathe. It's okay. Slow and steady wins the race. I have a very, very favorite saying I really enjoy, that the early bird may get the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. So always remind myself of that whenever I'm feeling the pressure to get something done. Next time, ask yourself, why do I feel the need to get this done? And that's where the Hierophant follow a system of structure and logic to work through this problem. Put a sticky note around the house if you have to, and say to yourself, why. Hey, why are you feeling this way? Check in with yourself. Why do I feel the pressure to need to get these tasks done, or these life goals done, or these what's the word I'm looking for? Not crossroads, like goalposts I'm making for myself in my life. Whenever, especially when we've just gone through collectively, globally, a pandemic, take a breath. Take it easy on yourself, and remember to let people in as well. Don't push people away. Let them in. Let them love you. Let them share your burdens with you, that you feel that you're stuck or that you're not progressing fast enough, because you may be surprised to find out that other people are feeling like you are, and you can find solace and you can find community in that. And we have the yellow pile, or pile number 4, and your cards are the Fool in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the Emperor in reverse. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. We have the King of Wands in reverse. And we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Ooh, I put that up right. 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So obviously, there is somewhere in your life that you are carrying way more than you need to be. There is way too much of a burden on you somewhere. And you're just like ready to throw in the towel, okay? 10 of Wands, yeah, you're at the you're maintaining, you're there. You're at the end of the suit there, number 10, but at what cost? All right? It's like you're ready to just like throw in the towel. And again, if this is this probably I'm leaning towards more so as like leadership, working, or like with your peers. It can be in a relationship wherever it's applicable, but somewhere in your life there is way too much that you're shouldering, and it's not going to work out much longer, my friend. I mean, how much longer can you carry all these wands? You'll be drop them. You're ready to yeet them out the window as it is. We have the King of Wands in reverse, and that's telling me that all these wands that you're carrying this is why I think it's like a career or like a peer related type thing, because King of Wands can be somebody who is a leader, but in reverse, you're in a position that perhaps you're not exactly qualified to do, and maybe it's not even your fault. Maybe somebody put you in a position you're not qualified to be in at work. Perhaps somebody made you a manager and you're not ready for those responsibilities. Maybe you haven't had the training. Maybe you haven't had the right resources. This could be in your personal life. Perhaps you have, new responsibilities in your life. Perhaps you've been made a caregiver for a family member, or something, life has just dumped something on you that you absolutely are not equipped to handle. Okay, and I think that you need to hear that. I think you need to hear you're not equipped to handle, because 9 of Wands, we could see this person is very, very fatigued. I mean, you're holding out, but like at what cost? This person is absolutely chronically exhausted. I mean, they look like, they're so tired they fell asleep on the wands that they dropped, right? But moving forward, I think that you obviously have the desire to bring your vision to the workplace, or you have the desire to finish whatever the task is at hand that you've been handed, because you feel it is your place to fulfill that, or that you have to fulfill that. You wanted to be a good leader, or you want to fill the shoes that you've been asked to fill. However, a good leader recognizes when they've bit off more than they can chew, and is able to admit that. And I think that's where the Emperor in reverse comes in. The Emperor is a character who is, rule abiding. They are able to, get things done in an orderly fashion, and they are altruistic, they're virtuous. And one of those virtues, obviously, I think, again, as a good leader, is being able to admit when you don't know something or you're taking on too much. And I think it's like you keep like banging your head off the wall. Theoretically to speak, like, why can I not just It's like you're beating yourself up. Like, why can't I just do this job? Why can't I just get this task done? Why don't I feel happier? Why don't I feel more grateful? And, Ace of Wands in reverse, your heart just isn't in it. You don't, like, this isn't, meant for you. Or again, you don't have the right tools and it's out of your control, this situation. But you're blaming yourself, and you have to stop doing that, because again, this energy isn't meant for you, or this situation isn't meant for you. It perhaps, of course, sometimes life just throws things at us that just suck, and there just really seems to be not a lot of explanation for it. And perhaps we never will have an explanation for it. But it's time to take that blindfold off, okay? Eight of Swords. It's time to take that blindfold off yourself and walk through the very easily open area right here. You have these swords on the side of you that you think are boxing you in. But you need to take the blindfold off and recognize what your limits are and be able to say, okay, this job is outside of my abilities or my scope. It's not safe for me to do this without the proper training. Or, maybe you need extra help with something and you're afraid to admit that. Or maybe you just really don't like what you're doing and you want to try something else, and that's absolutely okay. But you have to recognize and admit that there is an issue to be able to move on from it. And the final card we have here, we have the Fool in reverse, okay? So the Fool is all about journeys in our life that we take, and it's number 0 in the deck because it can occur at any time in the deck, just as new journeys can begin anytime in our life. So I think with this card here in reverse, the last message here for you to reflect on and think on with this situation, where are you taking on more in your life than you need to be, or you need to admit that you have bit off more than you can chew, or you have just been dumped a bad deal and it's not fair and something's got to change. There is a definite fear of the unknown, because we see the Fool is stepping off the cliff into the infinity symbol beyond. But in order to get to the beyond, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to walk into the void and the nothingness and knowing nothing. So if that means starting over, if that means moving away, if that means getting that new job, if that means getting new training, if that means starting a new, relationship, or breaking it off, or just whatever it may be, there is always a fear of the unknown. However, that is the price to pay, so to speak, to step into that possibility of that infinite unknown. And obviously, as we could see here, the way that things are going now, your heart's absolutely not in this situation, or you're, again, not equipped for this, and this is taking more energy from you than it's giving you back. Time to reflect and go about this in a structured way, being able to admit your limits, being able to know when it's time to ask for help, and being able to know when it's time to walk away from situations, okay? Not allowing the fear of the unknown to paralyze us from the infinite possibilities of what could be beyond all of these heavy burdens that you're carrying. You'll never know unless you walk off that cliff and you go into the unknown and just see what's there. Okay, and that was all of your pick-a-piles for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please go ahead and remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on the 12th House Tea.